Next we shall discuss about the action of steam on metals, aluminium, zinc and iron. Action of steam on metals, aluminium, zinc and iron. When aluminium reacts with steam, this water is in the steam form, it gives aluminium oxide and hydrogen gas, and the temperature is kept around 800 degrees Celsius because this is not reactive metal, so it requires high conditions for the preparation of hydrogen gas. At high temperature, all aluminium also forms a coating, means once this reaction has done and the product is formed, this one, it again coats the surface of metal, means this one which does the coating is aluminium oxide. Aluminium oxide coats the surface of metal and further prevents the reaction to proceed for the formation of hydrogen gas. Next one is zinc. When zinc reacts with water, which is in the steam form, zinc oxide and hydrogen gas is formed. Zinc oxide is of yellow color when it is hot, and zinc oxide is of white color when it is cold. Next one is, with the help of iron, how to obtain the hydrogen gas. Iron is first heated till red hot and then reacts with the steam, that is water, and this reaction is reversible. It forms triferric and tetroxide and hydrogen gas is evolved. Here you can see this reaction is reversible. In the reversible reaction, the rate of reaction, that is rate of reaction means the speed at which the reaction occurs. When the concentration of products is more, then the forward reaction is proceeds, means then the rate of forward reaction is more. But when there is a stage reached when the concentration of products is equal to the concentration of reactants, then the reaction does not move to a single direction. So when the reaction gives us hydrogen gas, we need to remove the hydrogen gas so that the reaction further proceeds. So this is reversible reaction. So as soon as the hydrogen gas is obtained, we need to remove it so that the backward reaction doesn't occur. And an equilibrium that is attained in a chemical change is known as chemical equilibrium. So here it is chemically equilibrium. Here it is chemical equilibrium. Now the action of steam on non-metals. We shall also discuss about action of steam on non-metals. Non-metal like coke, that is the formula C. Action of steam on non-metal. Non-metal such as coke, that is carbon, when it reacts with steam, it produces water gas, that is carbon monoxide and hydrogen. This is known as water gas. Next we shall discuss about activity series or reactivity series. Activity series or reactivity series. The arrangement of metals in the decreasing order of their reactivity in the form of series is known as activity series or a reactivity series, and this is so this is the arrangement of metals. Here the metals are more reactive and here the metals are less reactive. So it is the arrangement of metals in the decreasing order of their reactivity. Here hydrogen is also in the reactivity series, although hydrogen is not a metal. This is because, like metals, hydrogen is also electropositive in nature. You can memorize this activity series by the mnemonic कह दो ना कार मिलेगी, ऑल्टो जैन फेरारी पब्लिक है क्यूरियस होगी, सिल्वर ऑडी. So you can memorize this mnemonic form and then write the activity series of metals. From कह दो you can pick up K, that is potassium. From Na, sodium Na, and from Ca you can pick Ca, that is calcium. From मिलेगी you can pick Mg, that is magnesium. From Alto you can pick Al, meaning aluminium. From Zn you can pick Zn, that is zinc metal. From Ferrari you can pick Fe, that is iron. From public you can pick Pb, that is lead. Here means hydrogen, you can pick H. And curious you can pick Cu, means copper metal. Hogi you can pick Hg, meaning mercury. And silver's symbol is Ag. You can pick Au from Od, meaning gold metal. So these metals are less reactive, these are more reactive. You can memorize this mnemonic. कह दो ना कार मिलेगी, ऑल्टो जैन फेरारी पब्लिक है क्यूरियस होगी, सिल्वर ऑडी. So now we shall discuss about the reactivity of these metals. As these metals are more reactive, so they react with acid and their reaction is exclusive with acid. They react exclusively, exclusive violence. So we do not react these metals with acid because their reaction is exclusive. Next, these metals react vigorously, but less vigorously than that of the above metals because these are more reactive. So they react with acid vigorously and forms respective salts. And further, the metals from iron, lead, these metals reacts with acid and they react gently and also forms respective salts. And as these metals lie below hydrogen, so they do not displaces the hydrogen because they are less reactive than hydrogen, so they do not displaces hydrogen. So when the reaction is done with copper and Cl, then there is no reaction because hydrogen is more reactive than copper, so copper does not displaces hydrogen. Next, we shall discuss about the metals which react with acids. The acid is always taken in dilute form. So this is all about the reactivity series, and when the metals react with acids. For example, when magnesium reacts with acid, say hydrochloric acid, it forms magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas. We discussed about magnesium. Similarly, you can read these reactions from the book for aluminium, zinc and iron. When these metals react with acid, they form hydrogen gas because this metal is more reactive than hydrogen. So it displaces hydrogen from here and hydrogen gas is obtained. So in the laboratory, when we are to prepare hydrogen, we always prefer zinc metal. Instead of all of these metals, we mostly prefer zinc metal for the preparation of hydrogen gas. Why we prefer zinc metal? Let us discuss. The first point is sodium and potassium are explosive. As we already learned, these are explosive in nature. Next one is calcium and magnesium. Calcium and magnesium are expensive metals. Are expensive, so we avoid these. And next one is aluminium. As we have already discussed, when reaction with the aluminium is taken, aluminium oxide that is formed, it forms a coating that further prevents the reaction. So aluminium is not used because it forms a coating. Next one is iron. Iron is first heated till red hot, and then that when hydrogen is obtained from iron, even then it contains some impurities that are difficult to remove. So we do not prefer iron. Lead. Lead also forms a coating that further prevents the reaction. And the metals which are below the reactivity series are not able to displace hydrogen, hence there is no formation of hydrogen. So we cannot use copper as well because it does not displace hydrogen. Next, we shall discuss about the amphoteric nature of some metals, that is displacement of hydrogen from alkalis. The metals which show amphoteric nature. Amphoteric nature. Amphoteric nature means those compounds, but here we are discussing about metals. So those metals which acts as a acid, reacts with acid as well as base, because acid reacts with base and bases reacts with acid. So metals which shows both nature, acid and base, they are called amphoteric in nature. First, in the previous we have discussed the reaction of zinc. Which metals show the amphoteric nature? These are aluminium, lead and zinc. They react with the acid as well as base. In the previous reaction we have discussed these metals reaction with dilute acids, either HCl or sulfuric acid, and here we shall discuss its combination with alkali, that is base. So they react with alkalis, for example sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. It is taken in dilute form, acid is taken in dilute form and base is taken in concentrated form. So when zinc reacts with concentrated sodium hydroxide, it forms complex salt sodium zincate and hydrogen gas is produced. So they produce the hydrogen gas when they react with dilute acid as well as when reacts with concentrated base. So this is the reaction. When it reacts with concentrated base, it forms hydrogen gas and the product, complex product sodium, Na2, zinc and O2 is formed. So this shows the amphoteric nature of these three specific metals. Next we shall discuss about the laboratory preparation of hydrogen. Hydrogen gas is obtained in the laboratory with the help of granulated zinc and acid, either HCl or sulfuric acid. It gives zinc chloride, that is dilute, and hydrogen gas is obtained in the laboratory. So for this, a flat bottom flask is taken, and here is some pieces of granulated zinc. Granules of zinc, that is zinc is taken in the granulated form, and this Thiessen funnel has a cork at the top which has two openings, and hydrogen chloride acid or dilute hydrogen chloride or dilute HCl is poured through this funnel. This is Thiessen funnel. Through the Thiessen funnel, we pour the dilute HCl acid or dilute sulfuric acid. When we pour the acid, it reacts with granulated zinc, and there is stopper to control the entry of dilute acid, and from here another opening, a delivery tube goes to the beaker which contains water. And here is an inverted ER. In this inverted ER, hydrogen gas is obtained. This is water, and hydrogen gas is produced in the jar. So when this apparatus is set up and granulated zinc is put in this flat flask, and addition of dilute sulfuric acid or dilute hydrochloric acid is here, the zinc granules reacts with the acid and gives the hydrogen gas, which is collected by the delivery tube by the downward displacement of water, and hydrogen gas is produced here. The reaction, in this reaction you will observe that there is effervescence and evolution of hydrogen gas. First, the air is removed from the apparatus because hydrogen reacts with air vigorously, right? So it is not obtained by the downward displacement of air, but rather by the downward displacement of water. Why it is obtained by the downward displacement of water? Because it reacts with air. So it is not obtained by downward displacement of air, rather it is obtained by downward displacement of water. And one more reason that it is why always as taken downward displacement of water, because hydrogen is almost insoluble in water. Only 20 ml of hydrogen is soluble in 1 liter of water. So it is difficult to obtain hydrogen with the downward displacement of air. Even it is reactive with air. So we obtain the hydrogen by downward displacement of water. One more thing, why zinc granules are used in this reaction? Because zinc granules contains impurity as copper, and copper, that is Cu. Zinc granules contain impurity, that is copper, which acts as catalyst. It acts as catalyst and speeds up the reaction, and hydrogen gas is collected in the gas jar. There are some impurities present in the hydrogen gas. Now this is all about the preparation of hydrogen gas, but when hydrogen obtained by this method, it contains some impurities. Hydrogen impurities are present in or with hydrogen. What are the impurities that are present? These are hydrogen sulfide, sulfur dioxide, oxides of nitrogen, phosphine is also present as impurity with the formula PH3, arsine, ESH3, and carbon dioxide, formula CO2, and last one is water vapors. So these are all the impurities that are present with the hydrogen gas. We shall discuss the method to purify the hydrogen gas by removing these impurities in our next videos. Thank you.